but I'm not ready yet.
Adam Cole, baby.
I'm not ready yet.
Man,
Are we live?
I had a real good intro there, and then he killed it. I had a real good intro, and then he had to murder it with his words.
Right. Just so just do the intro, like you was gonna do it, and act like I didn't say nothing. Duh.
Okay, take two. Adam Cole, baby. I forgot what I was gonna say now.
Bruh.
Intro
That's probably all you was gonna say. Let's be honest. We all know.
Anyway, we talking about the possible future for Adam Cole, baby. If you didn't watch, we didn't watch it, the show, but we're trying to. They had Ring of Honor had World of Worlds. I think it was Saturday. I think yesterday.
It was Friday.
What?
Today's Saturday. It was Friday. Today's Saturday.
It was Friday. Today's like Sunday.
Nah, today's Saturday. It's 11:23. Today's Saturday.
Nah, it's not. You see, yeah. So it was Friday. I don't know what the day is on anymore.
I mean, you obviously don't. You was getting Mother's Day gifts today, like a bad son got them.
Like I said, I could have got them tomorrow morning. Okay, that would have been real late. Anyway, if you didn't watch the show, Adam Cole.
Oh.
I know you didn't watch the show, fool. Talking to the peoples.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me. I mean, we on the video together, so I thought. Okay.
Okay, if the peoples didn't watch War of the Worlds, Adam Cole was defeated by Hiroshi Tanahashi. And it didn't get any better for him. The Young Bucks come out and they look like they gonna super kick him. They look like they gonna do it. They don't do it. They hug him. I like how they did mention the curtain call, in Madison Square Garden with the Click. If you know anything about Ring of Honor, you know that the Young Bucks and Adam Cole were the Super Click. So that was kind of a nice little reference drop that that commentary did. But then the lights go down and Kenny Omega is on the video screen. He talks about how about 2 months ago, Adam Cole tried to fire the Young Bucks from the Bullet Club, and basically tells Adam Cole that there are heroes and villains in professional wrestling, and it pans over and Marty Scurll is next to Kenny Omega, and Kenny tells Adam Cole basically that he's fired. Lights go down, lights come back up, and Marty is there, and he has a Bullet Club umbrella, which I need to know where I get one. I need one. For the reins so the rain knows that I'm part of the Bullet Club when it come down, so don't hit me, because it's like if it hit me, it's gonna have to deal with the bullet anyway. And they turn on Adam Cole. But so this there were rumors that Adam Cole's contract was coming up with Ring of Honor. He did have that show, and then he had, I think, another show. It was supposed to be tonight, I think, with Ring of Honor, or Monday. I think it was Monday, with Ring of Honor. So that'll be his official last show, and then he has one more show with PWG against Sami Callihan. But then, that'll be next Saturday. And then obviously the next night would be, that would be next Friday, sorry. Then the next night would be NXT TakeOver Chicago. So there's rumors flying around, NXT is interested in him. New Japan is interested in him. So it's kind of, where do we think Adam Cole is going to go? Obviously, if he signs with New Japan, he can still do, the occasional independent show with Ring of Honor or PWG. Obviously, if he signs with NXT, he's exclusive to NXT and WWE. But any thoughts on, first of all, Adam Cole being fired from the Bullet Club? He fired. He fired.
I just really like the way they did this. I'm going back and watching the full thing now because I saw the Instagram post, kind of the ending of it, which was really cool within itself. But watching the whole thing now, it's really cool too. I don't know. It's just really like I like how they did this whole like kind of turn type thing, like with the Young Bucks kind of faking him out a little bit, and then obviously Kenny Omega coming on the screen, which I like too because I think now I haven't watched New Japan. Nor have I watched Ring of Honor recently. I watched New Japan not too long, actually a couple weeks ago, but I haven't watched Ring of Honor recently. So I was kind of curious because I've always felt like there was this like power struggle between Adam Cole and Kenny Omega because they both have like leadership qualities. So I feel like they would butt heads just in general, just from their characters, from what I've seen of their characters. Was there like a leadership type, like butting heads type thing, or no? Am I wrong?
I think in a way, but to me, it almost felt like it was split, in half because obviously Kenny Omega is more in New Japan and Adam Cole is more in Ring of Honor. So it kind of felt like Adam Cole, at least to me, it felt like Adam Cole was kind of the leader of the Bullet Club in Ring of Honor, and Kenny Omega was the leader of the Bullet Club in New Japan. But still, obviously, you need that one leader, so I'm sure, there was definitely a power struggle there. And there was also a storyline that they had with Nick Jackson actually did get food poisoning, like in real life got food poisoning, and they used that in a storyline because he missed a show that Adam Cole poisoned him. So they kind of used that too, which I think was actually kind of really smart, using actual real life things that happened. But yeah, I mean, and again, I haven't watched as much Ring of Honor as I would like to, but there's definitely was, I feel like, a little bit of a power struggle between the two.
Okay. Because I feel like from their characters, it would seem like that would be. But I liked it. I liked the way they did it with Kenny Omega coming up and kind of talking about Adam's time in the Bullet Club and all of that. And then when Marty Squirrel came out, Marty Squirrel, sorry, I always call him the Squirrel. But I liked when he came out because I like him a lot, even though I haven't seen a lot of him. I still like him. But I like the umbrella. That was really cool. Like that was amazing. I like the umbrella. And then like the dual super kicks and everything. That was really cool. I'm curious because I think more so I'm now interested to see how he's going to make that transition to another company, especially if he goes to NXT. Because with New Japan, like I don't really know if I'll know how that transition goes. If he signs back with Ring of Honor, I don't really know how. I don't know how they would do that either. But I think now with this big like turn, like I think it's kind of like he needs to go somewhere else now. But I feel like with NXT, I just don't want them to do the same old thing they've been doing. They got to do something different. Not just because it's Adam Cole, but just because like the last couple of people who've come in, it's kind of been the same thing. Like they've been sitting in the crowd at a takeover, and then they debuted, and then they probably get pushed to the title. I think they should go ahead and just take the chance of having Adam Cole. If let's just say hypothetically speaking, he's at Takeover Chicago. I think they need to take the chance at Adam Cole either interfering in the NXT title match or doing something afterwards, like making some sort of immediate impact that's not hi, I'm in the crowd. I'm here. Hi guys. Yeah. All right. Bye. Like, because I feel like we've seen that so much that I don't want to see it again. So I would like to see them do that. They should do that. But as far as like what I feel like will happen, I feel like he's gonna go to NXT. Um, especially considering NXT and New Japan are um, interested in him. He's not old by any means, but he's been wrestling for a little bit, and I feel like he might want something new now. I mean, because like if he wanted to stay in Ring of Honor and work with New Japan, I would have felt like they wouldn't have written him off for the Bullet Club thing if he would have just been going to New Japan. So I feel like he's gonna go to NXT, but they have to do something impactful with him. They can't just be like, "Let me sit in the crowd for this takeover show." Oh my God, it's Adam Cole. What? NXT is the best development. Whatever they say, the same words every time, and I don't even remember them anymore. But they're like, "Oh, NXT is taking over. Adam Cole's here," or whatever. They'll say something generic like that. But I don't know. Like I just feel like they got to do something impactful, and it doesn't even have to be with Adam Cole, but it's got to be soon. Like because I feel like the way they're debuting people is kind of getting old to me.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think, especially with the fact that it's a takeover and it's obviously live, with a guy like Adam Cole, he's big enough that the majority of fans are gonna immediately know who he is. So if if he comes out and either interferes in the match or like the lights go out and they come back and he like super kicks somebody, the fans it's gonna be a huge pop. They're gonna know who he is, and I feel like they have to do it that way because, I mean, obviously there's gonna be all the rumors going around, but if you just have him in the crowd, then the people are gonna know that he signed, and it's not gonna be as impactful when he makes his debut in the ring. If you just have a surprise that he's there and he does something in the show, then that's going to be more impactful than, oh, look, it's Adam Cole in the audience. Well, we know he's signed now, so now we just have to wait for his debut match, which I feel like kills it a little bit. But I would definitely, not looking forward necessarily to him eventually making it to the main roster because, yeah, but I think he could be really good in NXT. He knows how to command the crowd. He knows he's good on the mic. He's good in the ring. From what I've heard, they have NXT. If he signs with them, they have plans to push him really hard. Right from the beginning. So I think that would be cool. And there's a lot of guys he can have really good matches with. I mean, guys that he's had matches with before, obviously, in Ring of Honor, guys that he hasn't necessarily faced before or we haven't seen him face before. And I think it would be cool if he went to New Japan, but he's already worked with New Japan, so it wouldn't be as, like, the dream matches wouldn't be there for me. Like, we've seen him, have matches with guys from New Japan multiple times. I want to see those like WWE dream matches, But any other thoughts on Adam Cole, baby?
Yeah, like you said, I just want to see. I think it would be best to be with NXT, just because there are those dream matches, there are those matches that we really want to see, and I hope the plan is to push him early and often, soon, because I think to a certain degree NXT kind of has to get to its roots again for it to be as good as it was. Like they kind of have to go back to creating their own stars again, a little bit, because I think that's one of the biggest issues. But two, I mean, if they're gonna push him, really fast and really hard to the main roster, that's fine. But they need to make sure that you know who he is on the main roster, because the big old news flash is not everybody on the main roster watches the Indies. the NXT crowd watches the Indies. Obviously, they're the hardcore, wrestling fan, but the main roster fans don't always watch the Indies. They don't always watch NXT. So they're gonna have to debut him similar to what they did with Kevin Owens in some form or fashion like that. Like, it's got to be impactful. It can't be he's coming soon, similar to how they do with NXT. But like on the main roster, it's that much more difficult to say. Blah 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 is coming soon. Be excited for him. Wait, what?
Yeah. And I think not necessarily talking about Adam Cole, but in general, I think WWE needs to kind of intermingle the NXT roster and the main roster to kind of get you, because obviously they're not going to do video packages for every single person that's going to come up to the main roster, but at least have some like inter-promotional shows, I guess. Have a guy from NXT come up to the main roster and have a match here or there.
They could always do like they could always do like a show featuring both I guess brands. I guess NXT is technically a brand. They could always do shows featuring both brands, even if it was just NXT versus NXT and like Raw versus Raw or whatever. At least then, like, the main roster fans would see them before they came up and be like, well, I don't know who that guy was.
Yeah. But yeah, we just, I think that's, unless you had any other thoughts on the Adam Cole baby discussion.
I do not.
Okay. But yeah, we just wanted to come on and kind of give our thoughts about, it's obviously it's weird having Adam Cole leaving Ring of Honor because he's been there for so long. But I'm definitely excited. Either way, I think it'll be good, to see him in more of a different surrounding than Ring of Honor. But we'll just have to kind of see and hope. But that was our video on Adam Cole. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, follow us on Twitter at ICW_podcast, and we will see you on the flippity dippity side of the ippity stuff.